Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kamil Kuźmiak and in today's episode I'm gonna show you how this amazing accessory can greatly improve your video making workflow. Let's get to it. The reason I wanted to show you this amazing accessory today is because most of the time when you are making videos on your own and you don't have big crew working with you, you don't have any assistants, you are an independent DIY filmmaker, there is all sorts of different small things you carry on you all the time, like the tools, lens caps, spare batteries, the remote control for the lamp, some headphones, some gray cards for checking the exposure. Me personally, I had my pockets full all the time, even if you wear like cargo pants and you have those extra pockets on the side and you have some jacket with the pockets. It's so inconvenient to have all those little items spread around in all of the pockets. You keep changing where you put stuff. It's inconvenient to move and you like look around everywhere. Sometimes you don't even have enough space in your pockets, so you keep displacing all the small little things everywhere around the set, and then you find yourself going around looking for some Allen key to fix your camera rig or some other little things like this. So for many years it was bothering me and I was looking for some good solution to have all of those little things in one place. At first I was buying pouches like this one, and I was keeping a lot of different stuff in those little pouches, and I kept that pouch in my camera bag, but very often when I am filming, my camera bag is somewhere on the side. I don't keep it on my bag because it's inconvenient, it's quite heavy, there is more gear inside of it. So very often I was filming, doing something with the camera and had to run to my backpack, take out the pouch and take out some microfiber cloth to clean the lens. It was a nightmare. So I was looking for something that I can wear on my body, that can hold all the necessary accessories, and I can have everything nicely organized so I know exactly where everything is and I keep it packed, and it's just like a grab and go solution. And it's super helpful when you are filming like a music video on your own and you are working under huge pressure of time. Saves a lot of time to have something here on this little chest pack. I know that there is actually a few companies that create similar solution. However, for myself I decided to go with the GRIP department because I think it's the best looking one, the most practical one and the most convenient one. Also, big factor is that this brand is made by friends of mine, so big shout out to Patrycja and Maciek from Katowice in Poland. But no, this is not any sort of paid advertisement. I am not affiliated with the GRIP department in any way. I just like this product so much I decided I need to share it with you. I think it's a great value for money, and also it's not only made for independent filmmakers, it's a great tool for people working on the real movie set as camera assistants, as grips. Also great for people that work on any sort of events, all sorts of different technical jobs. Even if you are like a mechanic, you could possibly use it for some smaller tools. My friend, for example, is working as a technical crew on big festivals. He's wearing the same chest pack and he's very happy with it. So yeah, I can totally recommend this one for anybody who does anything technical requiring any sort of small tools on you at all times. Also, the fantastic thing about the GRIP department products is that they make everything in Poland. It's made in the European Union, it's not made in China. So that's something to consider that makes it a little bit more special, especially to me because I'm from Poland. It's always great to buy something that's actually made in your country, especially considering that there is not that many things made in Poland in general. That's why I was super pumped to get this one. It was actually a gift from my girlfriend. Excellent choice of gift, I would say. And if you go to the GRIP department Instagram page, you can see they make more products than this chest pack. They make a lot of different accessories. So yeah, you can drop them a direct message on the Instagram or Facebook and they make them on demand. They also can make some bespoke version of it with like different color or something. Apart of that, you have these Velcro patches here and you can order different captions. You can put your logo on. If you work on movie sets a lot, you work on different positions. Sometimes you're a grip, sometimes you're AC, sometimes you're a camera guy. You can have different labels like that and you can change them. I have my logo here at the front. I have my logo here at the back as well because at the back there is another place. So yeah, I like the concept of changing the patches on the vest so much. I ordered a few bespoke ones. So I have the silly one from the Pulp Fiction movie. If you know, you know. I have this one with the logo of my first filmmaking crew I actually created with my friend. It's called Facepalm Fiction. That was the name of our little production studio. So yeah, I made this one as this little nostalgic piece I can wear sometimes. Another thing you can do if you have some clients that you work with on the regular basis, you can make patches with their logo. And I make a lot of music videos for Julie Fox, and I also make a lot of videos for Camden Watch Company. It's just a nice touch. I have some GRIP department stickers. I think I'm gonna put one on my skateboard probably. It also came with this sticker. You can just use the iron to make yourself a GRIP department t-shirt. Okay guys, so let me just put it on so you can see how it looks and how it works and what's inside. So the easiest way to put it on is to leave one arm attached and one disconnected, so you can just put it on like this. And then you can just clip it on like that. So this is how it looks from the front. This is how it looks from the back. You have this little patch here, you can put your logo on or anything you want. So at the bottom of the vest you have those two little pockets. They look a little bit like those pockets from the real bulletproof vest that are used to hold extra magazines. So I think it looks super cool. So in the right one I keep my multi-tool. I think I'm gonna get a real leather one one day, but because I don't use it that often, I decided to go with a very good clone, because this one lives only in my chest bag. For my daily driver I use Victorinox Huntsman, so this is like my nice Swiss Army knife multi-tool that I wear on me at all times. This one I use only occasionally, but it's actually very well made. It's from the company called Schall. It looks a little bit like Leatherman Surge. So yeah, it's pretty standard. You have your regular blade here. On the other side there is the serrated blade, there is some file, a wood saw, that's quite handy. Then you have your scissors, the screwdriver, all that good stuff. But the thing I like about this particular unit is that it has a bit driver here, so you can actually use it as a decent screwdriver. I have a double bit, so I have the Phillips and the flathead at the same time. That's actually very handy. In the left pocket I always keep one fully charged spare battery for my Sony FX30, so it can always save the day. So that's another very important part of my set. And then here you have this little holster for a pen. So here on the right side you have the holder for the radio. If you have like a Motorola walkie-talkie, I don't use any radios, so for me this is a great pocket for a power bank, because quite often I'm filming on the gimbal. I don't want to change the batteries all the time, so what I often like to do is to power my camera from the gimbal using the USB-C cable. I can just plug a long cable here, I can plug another end into my gimbal, and that way I can get away without changing the batteries that often. So this is quite handy solution for me. But obviously in the future, if I ever start using radios, this is definitely a great holder for it, because you have this little keeper here, so you can have the antenna sticking out here. Open this, and when you pull on this tab it slides out and it's easy to take it out. You can regulate the size of this pocket, because here is connected by Velcro to the back of the vest, so regardless of the size of the radio or the power bank you're using, you can make this pocket a little bit tighter or looser, so it's super versatile. Also you have a lot of points that you can attach some carabiners, so you really get a lot of options for customizations. For instance, I have this lanyard that I use to keep all of my different tapes. I have the scotch tape, I have the paper tape, I have the gaffer tape. Actually that lanyard was also a gift from the grip department. I like the fact that it has this little loop here, so sometimes I like to hang it on the light stand. You can use a carabiner like this, and you can attach lanyard like that to your vest. You are taping a lot of stuff on the set, you can have all the tapes here ready to use. You have those mounting points here at the bottom. You can clip it here at the bottom. So here on the left hand side you have your holder for the flashlight. So the light I'm using is the Frunite BSS5, quite powerful. I think it's like 2400 lumens if I remember correctly. Actually, I modified my light with this deep pocket clip with this ring that lets you to take your flashlight out faster. Actually, it's not made for this flashlight, it's from the Nightcore company, and this clip originally is much wider. I use a metal file to file it down so it fits. So in the main compartment you have one divider in the middle that's dividing the space into two pockets. One pocket has those little rubber holster that you can use for different like tools, pens, screwdrivers. It looks a little bit like the holsters you have in like a pencil case or something like that. So as always, the most important tool I carry on me at all times is this little blowing tool. I use that all the time to remove lint and all sorts of different little things from my lenses. I can't imagine living without it, to be honest. I have the remote for the main light. Sometimes I carry a remote to my other light as well. I also have a microfiber cloth. I also have this mounting tape. It was also a little gift from the grip department. I use it quite often. It supports up to 400 kilos. You have this little clamp. You put the tape through it. It's a very secure hold. Very often, for example, when I have my camera boomed and I'm doing the top-down shot, very front heavy, so the tripod can fall to the front. So then when I need to put something heavy on the other side of the boom, I use this tape very often to take a heavy backpack or some sandbag or something like that, and I just attach something heavy to the tripod with this. So yeah, there is millions of solutions and uses of stuff like that. So I have some brand new cleaning cloths. I have my cards for the exposure, I have the gray card, like the medium gray, I have the black card for checking the clipping point of the shadows, and I have the white card for checking the clipping point of the highlights. So yeah, this is also very handy, especially if you work a lot with S-Log 3. This is your friend. I also have this little clamp that sometimes I use to attach something to something, you know what I mean? Making videos, it's all about rigging stuff to different things and fixing some filters into the lamp and stuff like that. I have some alcohol wipes. I have the regular ones for stuff like the screen, and I have the Carl size wipes for the lenses. So here you have those little holsters for different things, a screwdriver for example. To be honest, you never know when you're gonna need a small Phillips head. Always good to have one. As you can see, I keep pulling out stuff from this baggie. It looks so small, but you can keep your entire life in this bag, to be honest. That is a part of my multi-tool actually as well. I don't know if it will focus. Yeah, it will focus. This is like the universal key, adjusting the shape to all sorts of different nuts and bolts. You just pull out that bit driver. Quite useful sometimes when you work with those big tripods for the lights and stuff. That can be handy. This is like lens cleaning pen that you can use to remove any like oily fingerprints from your lens. And on the other side, you have a clean brush that you use only for optics. I don't use this brush for anything else, only for the lens, so I keep it in a very clean, pristine condition. I also have a bunch of zip ties. I don't have to explain that. I think in Polish we call that tyrytytka. I use the ones that have the locking mechanism. You can reuse them, so you can close them, press on the locking mechanism and you can release. I have another Sharpie for some reason. Oh, I have a backup flashlight. It's also through night. It's much less powerful than my main light. I like to keep stuff like that on me. This one you just screw in like this. For instance, when I was filming a scene in a music video when the actress is opening the glove compartment and she takes out the gun out of the glove compartment, the light in the glove compartment was broken. I just took this backup flashlight, a piece of gaffer tape, taped the flashlight inside of the glove compartment, and I switch it on. Yeah, it's so small. It takes one AAA battery. It's pretty much just a smidge larger than the size of the battery. But even though it's so tiny, it's much more powerful than the light you have in your iPhone. I also have spare headphones because I had this situation that I came to film an interview. I forgot my headphones, I couldn't monitor the audio. I had to run to Argos to buy this one quickly. They took ages to bring the parcel from the back, and then I decided that I need to have a backup headphones that I always keep on me. I don't use those for anything else. That's what I recommend, that if something is a backup, keep it in your bag and never touch it. It doesn't exist. And then at the bottom, I have those 3 extra bits for the bit driver in my multi-tool. And the last thing is very similar to like a regular makeup brush. This one I only use for optics. I never use it for anything else than lenses. And this one I use for everything. If I'm filming a watch and the watch is a little bit dusty, I just dust it off with this. I just dust off the camera. I don't touch any optical elements of the lens with this brush. And that's it, guys. That's all the stuff I keep in my chest bag. You can throw a different patch on, for example. If you have some serious business to take care of, you can use this one, for example. Can't recommend enough. It really changed my workflow. If you are interested into getting one for yourself, I left the link in the description. You can go to the Instagram of the GRIP department. You can send them the message. They're gonna make one especially for you on request. I think they do worldwide shipping. You can order some custom patches as well that you can put on your vest. So if you wear different hats and work on different movie sets, you can have different patch for different occasions. If you have your own production company, you can buy each of your employee one vest like that, and you can make a custom patch with the logo of your company and put it on the back of the vest and put the job on the front of the vest. So I think it's pretty cool. It looks nice, quite presentable. Can't recommend enough. Also, the good thing is that very often we are filming in the locations that we are not quite allowed to be there sometimes. So if the security want to kick you out or they call the police, you can pretend that you also work for the police and like sneak out of the set without any sort of consequences. Obviously, don't do that. I don't condone breaking the law in any way. Yeah, but it's nice to have options. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for today's vlog. If you had fun, don't forget to leave the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because there is more content on the way. And see you in the next one. Thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I like this new wide angle lens. I can cover a lot of ground with it. I can move here very close. I can step a little bit further away and show you more. Oops, I moved the table. You have those like Velcro. I hate this word, Velcro. Velcro. Okay. 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 And subscribe to my channel because there is more content on the way, and blah 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 blah. And subscribe to my channel because there is more content on the way. And see you in the next one. Okay.